What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Living in Arizona, and today we're going to talk about dating in Arizona, dating more specifically in Phoenix, Arizona. And I've got some locals who have said, or I've got some local articles here who say it's pretty much pointless because people are so set up in their routines that dating monotony becomes the same thing over and over, and people just stay used to that, going out, enjoying Friday nights single. And then there's some people who are legitimately trying to get into relationships and fall in love and get married to their, bae. Beyond, what does bae stand for? Beyond everything or something like that? I don't know, but I know people are always looking for their bae, right? So if you're looking for that, let's go ahead and kick off this video here and talk about this. So where does Phoenix rank among these cities that people are single and looking for love? So if you're excited about this video, let's go ahead and crush up the likes and let's begin. So, in terms of best cities in America to be single, just in case you want to know straight off the bat where to find the most singles, San Francisco is number one, followed by Detroit, New York, Boston. Boston, in my opinion, is a great place to be a single man. I'll elaborate on that. If I forget, please remind me. But Boston, of all the places I went, was the best place to be a single man. I don't know how it is to be a single woman. It seemed like the women in Boston were pretty irritated, and it seemed like the men had the upper hand in Boston. New Orleans, number 5, number 6, LA, number 7, Fort Lauderdale, Las Vegas, Miami, Albuquerque, Memphis, Seattle, Cleveland, Washington. Then comes 15, Tucson. So of all the ones highest on the list, Tucson is the better place than Phoenix to be a single. Okay, so thank you to the 4 people who crushed up the likes. We got Jeff Rush, Brad Houston, Alyssa T. She says San Francisco is terrible. CM Single 27, where's the educated black women at in Arizona? Yeah, I mean, off the top, I'd probably have to say Tempe, right? Grand Canyon State University also. Love Me Course says good evening. Well, good evening. Peter Brown, how's it going? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and keep on moving through here. So if you're coming to Phoenix and you want to get set up, where do you need to be to, find a date or, do what you got to do, right? So a couple things that probably the most popular thing that people do out here is use apps. And I'll tell you the apps that mostly get used out here. I did some research. So there's this one called Bumble. Write these down if you're single and you're looking for people, okay? And each one's going to depend on your age group. But Bumble, Tinder, and it seemed like the best one, from what I've been hearing, the most recent one is called Hinge, Hinge. And I think in order to really benefit from that, you're going to want to use the upgraded version of Hinge. Then there's also Facebook has one called Facebook Dating. Okay, so then there's Match.com. There's some other ones like eHarmony and Zeus. But to really get the benefits from them, I think you got to pay for the extra service, right? Okay, so then if you want specifics, you can go into like elderly or elite singles, people who are just looking for business-minded people. And people will, that's where you're really getting into the VIP treatment of being a single, right? Okay, so this is from KTAR News. No reason to feel lonely. Phoenix is one of the best cities for singles. So KTAR wrote this. They say, whether you're single, have a partner or a spouse, or have a big family, everybody feels lonely sometimes. There's always those certain hours in a day that you want to be close to someone, either mentally or physically. For the singles in the Phoenix area, now is a good time to be looking for that special someone, okay? Wallet Hub named Phoenix the 8th best city for singles in the nation out of 150 most populated cities. So according to this list on Wallet Hub, Phoenix is number 8. Now, I will say this, in Phoenix, from my experience, the best place to be single is Scottsdale, if you're a guy. I mean, I'm assuming that it's also a pretty good place to be single if you're a woman, but the worst place to be probably is actually Southeast Phoenix because so many of the people out here are married and have families. So you're dealing with, so if you're out here in Queen Creek or you're out in Gilbert and you're a single, you'll discover that the young people, if you're young, the young people, they leave, they go to college. They don't stick around here. So you just get families. And these families are married and so obviously you're not trying to date married people. At least I hope so, right? But Southeast Phoenix is not that great for being single. Chandler's okay. Mesa is okay. But for the most part, it starts in Tempe, Scottsdale, and Phoenix, Arcadia. That's a good place to be single. On the West Valley, this is one of the times I would say that I would recommend the West Valley of Phoenix to be single, because West Phoenix is actually a pretty decent place to be single. Like Glendale, that's where Glendale kind of takes the edge up now. Surprise, Peoria, pretty good places to be single. Far better than Southeast Phoenix. I don't know if because the divorce rate is higher out there, but Southeast Phoenix is mostly families. That's why when we're making these videos, if you're a family, you want to be in Southeast Phoenix, because like that's Gilbert, Queen Creek, Mesa, Chandler. It's a good place. All right. Dorothy says, notebook and pen in hand, listening intently. So yeah, if you're a single woman, I'm going to say that single women in Scottsdale tend to really enjoy and love life. If you're a young person, go to Tempe. Tempe is where you're going to love it. Tucson is a little bit classier, but they get their own. I'm not going to say that Arizona State doesn't have classy. It's just Arizona State University was one of the #1 party schools in America, and it ranked high for some other things that we won't even mention on this. But partying in Arizona State University is pretty high. If you go down to, Alyssa says, if you're a cougar, go to Tempe too. Yeah, so if you're a cougar, if you're maybe 40 years old woman and you're looking for 25-year-old guys, go to Tempe. There you go. If you're a 40-year-old man and you're looking for, 25-year-old women, go to Scottsdale. There you go. You've been told, right? Scottsdale. There's a lot of single females in Scottsdale. Seems like that's just like the congregation of women. They end up in Scottsdale, and it's a great place to be a single. And even if you're on the dating apps, if you set your location, no matter where you are, if you just say, "Oh, I'm in Scottsdale," you'll notice your match compatibilities just start skyrocketing. Thank you to the 10 people who crushed up the likes. Okay, so let's see here. 9 ways to meet singles. Another way to meet singles, if you're not looking to do the dating app thing, they do these dance get-togethers like country dancing. There's just so many. I know that's for some of you who don't like dancing, you'd be like, "Oh, really? Last thing I'm going to be dancing." But if you're a man, go to these dance things, because single women, that is their thing. Women love to dance. I mean, you ever heard that thing that girls just want to have fun? I mean, it's true, right? Girls just want to have fun, but they also want to dance. In fact, I think they want to dance more than anything, because that's the funnest thing that women like to do. So if you're, thanks, Peter Brown. He says, thumbs up, peeps. The Dirty Knob says, living in AZ dating app. Yeah, I mean, throw out some, if you're living in AZ and you want to throw out some recommendations, go ahead and do so. Darren Croc says, my experience was that the Phoenix area in general had a bad dating climate. It's just as bad online. No good people, sorry. A lot of divorced people. It isn't the Midwest. So yeah, I mean, like I said, Boston, from my experience, was a great place to be a single man. And like I said, I don't know how good it was to be a single woman, because it seemed like a lot of the women, it seemed like the girl to guy ratio was really out of line in favor of the men. What I'm saying is lots of single women, and they're educated. They go to Harvard. And I remember saying to myself, the single women in Boston are a lot more educated and sophisticated in ways than the Arizona women. Arizona women tend to have a lot more tattoos. They have like piercings, a lot more piercings. Whereas in Boston, many of those single women, they don't have any tattoos. I have tattoos personally, but maybe it's just a thing that happens out here on the West Coast. A lot of people in the South, Southwest, Southeast, they get tattoos. In the North, Northeast, they don't do a lot of tattoos. So if you're coming down here to Phoenix, be ready for the tatted women. And we're talking tattoos on their chest, tattoos on their legs, tattoos, full sleeves. Some men love it. Some men don't. Just depends on what kind of guy you are. But that's what you're going to get out here. Most of these women are going to have tattoos. So just keep that in mind. And it's not just tattoos. They do these earrings here. Like they make holes in their ears really big, and it's like a really popular thing here. But I will also say that the people here, a lot of the singles are really skinny. I don't know what the deal is with that. Some would say it's because they're on meth or whatever. But I mean, you get this really skinny like vibe. It's also, we get a lot of sunshine, so maybe they're just really active. I don't know. It's just some things that you might pick up on while you're out here. So let's see here. 8 dating experiences. Eight dating experts share the best place to meet singles that aren't on Tinder. So through your couple friends. So if you make friends with someone who's married and dating, they might just say, "Hey, I have Jerry over here has a best friend who is in the Coast Guard, and he's a great guy, and we recommend him. No kids. He's 32 years old. He's prime. He's ready for the taking. So maybe Jerry will recommend you to his friend." And then because you guys are all friends, you guys get to go out and have fun together because you guys met through the couples. So having friends that are a couple introducing you to their singles. Keeping your eyes open in public places. Okay, that's kind of obvious. Sports bars, well, we already know how that plays out, right? At a 5K run, if you're a real big fitness nut, you might be able to meet someone at a 5K run. So volunteering or going to clubs, this would also probably include church, right? At the dog park, you take Fido, you take your dog, you take your animal over there, and maybe that'll strike up a conversation with the love of your life, and you guys can share something in common while your dogs sniff each other. At a coffee shop, I don't know about that. Do people really meet at coffee shops? I don't think so. And then at the gym, I mean, you could get into these Zumba classes, getting into yoga, and then, you start sweating all over each other, and you're like, "Hey, what's your name? You smell good," right? So Metal Fever says, "Hey, what's up? What's up, man?" Alyssa T says, "Not in Scottsdale." Darren Croc says, Arizona women are not for me. The tattoos, piercings, divorced. Okay. Baby mama, shallow, materialistic, gold digger, immature in general. No thanks. Okay. Kimmy B says, "How about you, Jeff?" Yeah. I mean, for me, the best way to meet people is to go out. You got to get out of the house and go meet people. I mean, I usually just kind of meet as many people as I can when I go out and make friends, whether I'm getting a haircut. Not saying that. I'm just saying, you might meet a cute girl while you're getting your haircut. You could, what else? Where else can you meet them? I don't know, going to the restaurant. Maybe the waitress, you have a crush on her, so you keep going back to that restaurant. Who knows? College girls got to pay tuition, says, okay. Dorothy says, "What's with all the strip clubs in Tempe, South Scottsdale?" Yeah, I mean, it's right next to Arizona State University, right? So how are they paying for their tuition? That's a good point. Thank you to 12 people who crushed up the likes. Alyssa says, "Santan Flats, a lot of singles there, maybe downtown Gilbert." Yeah, downtown Gilbert. Does downtown Gilbert have a lot of singles? I mean, there's no university out in the Southeast Valley. The West Valley has Grand Canyon State University, over there by Moon Valley, kind of. So that kind of helps that area because there's young people out there. They also have ASU West. I mean, the closest university out here is like at Williams Gateway Airport, and it's like a Polytechnic Arizona State University, but a real small campus. It's mostly families out in the Southeast Valley. So I don't know if Gilbert's the best place to be a single, although there are some singles there, I'm sure. The strippers in Tempe are earning their tuition for Arizona State University. Yes, it's been established that the strip clubs are in South Scottsdale, just north of Tempe, by Rio Salado on Scottsdale Road. You will see there are many strip clubs right there on Scottsdale Road, just north of Tempe. And yeah, they are mostly college kids looking to pay their tuition. So you better tip them good if you go there. I haven't been to one of those in years, like over 10 years on Scottsdale Road. I've been there once, actually. There's another one that's in West Phoenix that I went to when I came back from the military. My friends took me there. It's called Alaska Bush Company. I don't know. Some people like to go to those, and it's just a thing to do. Even women like to go there. I mean, I know women in my own family that have actually recommended that we all go there. They'd be like, "Let's go to the strip club tonight. What do you want to do?" They'd be, "Go to the strip club." And you'd be like, "What?" And yeah, I mean, they women in my own family said that. So we went. Anyway, Bill Coleman says, "Surprised at your feedback. Lived in Boston most of my life. Women tend to be very unfriendly, conceited, superficial, Plenty of tattoos. Also hope things are better in Scottsdale. Well, yeah, I mean, it also seemed like Boston. Okay, women in Boston didn't really seem to have a lot of tattoos, but it seemed like they also were kind of like you. They were used. So sometimes you can benefit from not being from there because you're something different than what they're used to. Kind of like you could benefit from being a Boston person in Phoenix because you might have an accent, and so you kind of stand out to them. So it's like being an American in Australia or being an Aussie in America. Women might be more attracted to that accent. So maybe that was what was going on. I don't know. Dorothy says, next video, best strip clubs in Arizona. Oh gosh, I don't know about that. I don't even know where the best strip clubs are. I just know that the strip clubs are in South Scottsdale. I'm probably helping someone out here who's like, cha-ching, thanks, Jeff. You're hooking me up with all the info I need. Alaska Bush Company and South Scottsdale. There you go. But yeah, that's what it is. Zeus the Truth says, women in AZ are mostly okay. We're not going to say that. Okay. Oh man, gosh dang. Noel says, well, where are the cougars? I need a sugar mama. Scottsdale, dude. You need to go to Scottsdale if you're looking to get a sugar mama. Or Arcadia. And then lots of sunshine tends to correlate with increased sex drive, says Jake Hasselman. I know it does for me. I'm a Canadian during the summer months. Shouldn't Arizona people tend to be hornier than average? Well, since we're on the subject of dating, and yeah, that I would say that's probably really true because, you know, when it gets cold in places, like the dating scene just kind of goes on lockdown. It becomes very like flat. You'd think, well, maybe someone wants to be kept warm at night or this and that, but that just doesn't end up panning out. But out here in Arizona, because we do get more sunshine, I would have to say you're probably correct about that. People are the libidos are higher in Phoenix in Arizona because of the sunshine. So there is some truth to that. Darren says Arizona and sun doesn't mean horniness. Bull. Actually, I disagree with you, Darren, and I'm surprised you're not aware of that. I know you don't like Arizona, but that's kind of obvious. Actually, if you look it up, more sunshine, UV rays, vitamin D does increase your libido. That's kind of like scientific too. It's not just Jake or Jeff blowing smoke here. Darren says, my girlfriend is from New York City and she is great. New York City is an interesting place to be single. New York City is a really tough place to be single. Like Alyssa said about San Francisco, it's a tough place to be single. New York City is really tough to be single. I mean, that was one thing we knew in the military. Like anyone from New York that you talk to, you would tell them where everyone would talk about where they're from and how the girls are where they're from. You know, that's like common conversation that takes place in the barracks, in boot camp, whatever. I mean, young men talk, right? Okay, I remember dudes from New York always used to say that New York is not the best place to be a single guy, New York City in particular. But people from Phoenix would always say it's a pretty good place to be single. People from California would say, yeah, California loving, California dreaming. Texas, not too shabby. Florida, not too bad. Georgia, okay. In fact, there's another list that came out that says Atlanta, Georgia is #1. And then I've seen another one that has Austin, Texas as #1, followed by Charlotte, North Carolina. But consistently, San Francisco keeps showing up on the top of the list. But San Francisco might have a lot of singles. But the thing is, these people are very career oriented. And the reason they're single is because they're so career oriented. They're almost like whatever you call them, drones, like human robots, just really focused on their career. So it's something like that. CM says Atlanta is amazing for black men. So if you're a black dude, Atlanta's the place to be, says CM. Zeus the Truth said San Fran has too many men. Okay, so does that mean that it's a good place to be a woman in San Francisco? Alyssa said no. Let's see. William Terry, there's tons. I'm not going to say that. Man, some of these comments I can't read. Okay. Let's see here. Chicago is great for singles. I live there, says Darren Kroc. Okay. Darren says he recommends Chicago if you're single. When are you going to make a vid for Asian massage in Arizona, says douchebag. Okay. That's like asking about the strip clubs and all that. And I don't think our audience is really too interested in all that, but you have a funny name. That's for sure. and you make some people laugh. Kimmy B says, my brother manages a strip club in Iowa. Been there once. Chicks hit on me. Yeah, I mean, most of the time when you go to a strip club, chicks are hitting on you, and it might feel their goal is to make you feel like you're the best guy ever, right? Because that's how they get you to open up the wallet. And once you open up the wallet, the money starts flying, and then at the end of the night, you're like, "But I thought she loved me," and then you can't find her anywhere, and you're out 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're drunk, and you don't have your money anymore, and that's how strip clubs end up going down, right? Alyssa says Chicago. Really? Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, okay. Wow. Noel says, I'm going to Utah, man. That's where the undercover freaks are. Okay. Whoa, man. Whoa. Tone it down. This is PG here. 55 people watching, 16 people crushed up the likes. Chuck Miller says, you can pick up things in strip clubs that will not wash off. That's very true. So if you do choose to be going to strip clubs to find the love of your life, keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, this is a short video. Want to appreciate everyone who crushed up the likes and tuned in. And we'll do another one. This comes as Alyssa, you actually recommended this video along with a couple other people who recommended this video. So keep throwing out recommendations for videos. This is just another one that came along and we had the discussion. But overall, the best place to be single in Phoenix, Arizona is going to be around about Tempe, Scottsdale, and Tempe, Scottsdale, Arcadia. That's the best place to be a single. West Valley is better than the Southeast Valley to be single. And then if you're around Arizona, you can check out Tucson and Flagstaff around the universities are pretty good areas to be singles. So we will see you guys next time.